Good morning, everyone. And it's another lovely Wednesday morning. And the sunshine might be out here in Canberra, but I have to say that it's still a bit chilly. How are you
It's
today,
always
Ange?
cold in Canberra. Yeah, this time of year it's freezing in Canberra. I remember the wind off the Brindabellas. Oh my goodness, it was like ice. But if you dress right,
Yeah,
it's fine. But if you don't dress right, Canberra's really cold.
it's pretty chilly, pretty chilly. So I'm just going to go to the page so that if there are any comments, I don't miss them. Yeah, so what are we talking about today, Ange? We're talking about kicking those habits that are holding you back, aren't we?
We are talking about kicking the habits that are holding you back. But just for anyone from Sydney that's tuning in, it's a beautiful sunny day here too. I just thought I'd let you know that we have a very sunny day here, but it's always warm. It's one thing in Sydney. I'm like, it's always warm. Yeah, today we are going to talk about kicking habits. And I think you and I were talking about how important kicking habits is. And one of the most useful tools that you and I have found on our journey is the six core needs. That's what we were
Oh,
discussing, just how
absolutely.
useful they are. And I suppose in a way, Michelle, this is like belonging to yourself still. But once you have elicited your six core needs, your highest ones, oh my goodness, so many wonderful things can change, so many opportunities can come, and you're actually
Yeah.
being resourceful with positive, not negative. So, did you want to share a little bit
Yeah.
about the six core needs? Maybe we should talk about a few habits first that it can
Yeah,
really
well,
help with.
I came across the six core needs, and I think in understanding, Tony Robbins says that when actions the way actions become habits is when they're meeting three or more of your core needs.
Yep.
So, as the listeners or whoever's watching may know, I thought I was struggling with a sugar addiction, and it turns out it's actually much more emotional than that. It's not an actual sugar addiction, it's what I used. So, things I used for comfort when I was a child. So I was raised in a household where mum did a lot of baking. So we always had baked goods, and that's what I would turn to for comfort, for, all of those sort of things. So I I looked at it and I thought it was a habit. The sugar was a habit. It's not actually the sugar, it was the types of food that I would eat to get that comfort. Because, you know, when we're talking about, so whether we're talking about using your mobile phone and not being able to put your mobile phone down, having to pick it up and check it, so like constantly or at a regular time frame, or whether it's about eating savory food, or whether it's about eating sweet foods, or whether, like, exercise can become a habit
Oh,
as well. And habits can be negative, they can be positive, they can add to our lives, or they can detract from our lives. So, it's an interesting way that habits form, because it's just, you start off with a lot of thoughts about what you should do, and then those thoughts become actions. And when it goes into your subconsciousness and you're just doing those actions, that's when it's a habit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if people have heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it starts off down the bottom, and it's something that we certainly, in nursing education anyway, it's about understanding what people's needs are for safety and security and food and all of that sort of thing. But then when you get to the top, the top need on the hierarchy is for self-actualization. And I think that's where Tony Robbins comes in with his human core needs of certainty and variety and love and connection and significance and growth and connection and contribution. So I just find it
variety.
really, really exciting to
Oh, yeah.
understand how the habits plug into these core needs. So even if we're talking about smoking or phones or eating or, whatever. So today we're talking about pretty much minor, or maybe minor, what we think of as minor addictions, but not necessarily addictions, which is what I've found out over the last week, that it's not actually the sugar I'm addicted to. It's the way the food makes me
No,
feel. It's the emotions.
I think this was one of the best things I ever learned off Anthony Robbins, and I will never forget learning it for the first time. And after that, I indulged
Mm,
myself in it because the six core needs is actually bigger than the six core needs. You can actually drive deeper into identity, and there's so many places you can go. But the exciting thing is, if you actually just even look at the top four, the
mm,
certainty, the variety, the love and connection, and the significance. The thing is, and
mm,
then growth and contribution is important, but out of those four, you are meeting them every day at a 10. Every day, you and I, everyone needs to meet them at a 10. However, there will be ones in there that are higher. So my husband wakes up every day looking to meet certainty and significance. I wake up every day wanting variety and love and connection, which sometimes people will say that that's very hard in a relationship, but it's actually not. I think there's a lot of other things that come into that mixture.
mm,
But what's really exciting is I really loved the exercise where you actually looked how you were meeting certainty and you do positively, negatively, meeting variety, positively or negatively, meeting significance, positively or negatively. And you're doing both all the time. And
mm.
then also love and connection. And it was a huge insight to firstly, which one were my two highest that I jump out of bed and I need to have those fulfilled every day, and how I was doing it. So, people that are smoking, it's a lot for certainty. They are creating
Mm,
certainty. So you can actually flip and flop that into something that's more positive, if that's something that you'd like to do. Some
mm.
people like smoking, and that's fine if you like it. I'm not telling anyone what to do. But I think where you and I got really curious about this and we thought that this would be super helpful is if you thought you were addicted to sugar, then you could actually elicit which one it was actually uh, meeting at a 10 so that you could flip and flop it. And I think the phones, I think you and I are really curious about the phones. One of my big pet perks is if you meet someone and they get their phone and they go, oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Oh, no, no, that's not important. And you're like, okay. So then you get back to, and then they go, hang on, oh, hang on, I've just got to take this one. So 1 minute I'm important, the next minute I'm not. So I've actually started this new thing, but that's how I interpret it. I'm not saying that's right. That's how I see it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
So
that's
now
the
I do
message
this
that you
thing where I
get.
go,
Yeah, yeah.
when I catch up with them, I say, we're only together for an hour. I'm going to turn my phone off because nothing's going to happen in that hour. And I would prefer to be with someone and be completely present than be half there thinking the phone's got some amazing message that's, trust me, if you don't know that thing in an hour, nothing's, even if someone's died, you've got another 50 minutes of not knowing. It's not, and the chances of that happening, we know, are very slim. So I think you and I got super curious about how the six core needs could be of benefit to and for us to redo them. I think we got really excited, like, oh, I haven't done that exercise for a while. I'd love to drop in and see how I'm meeting those needs. So I would love to
Yeah.
ask you, Michelle, when we started having this, really enriching conversation, where did your sugar addiction drop in? Like, what was your aha moment, your blingity ding ding?
Wow. Yeah, see, I always put it that it was connected with certainty, because I got
Certainty,
comfort
yeah,
from
yeah.
it. So it was comforting to me. So I put it with certainty, but then I also put it with variety, because there were different tastes and
Mm.
textures and that sort of thing. But then I put it with love and connection, because I was also getting
Oh,
comfort
wow.
from it. And I also put it with significance, because, oh, I've got something. It's kind of like the sick role is what we talk about in nursing, when people take on the sick role, and it gives some significance that people pay
Oh,
attention because of. So there was a
yeah.
little bit of that. There was a little bit of yeah. I kind of those top four. I was thinking, oh, it could fit into all of these. No wonder no wonder I have such trouble getting rid of it. But then I realized, like I said, this is actually an emotional connection, an emotional um, addiction, if you will. I don't know. It's that need for feeling better, whether it's feeling better about myself, feeling better about, I don't know, that I'm not good enough, that, you know, I can be strong, and, you know, I can be 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and stuff like that. But then there's also that, okay, I just need a sugar hit. I just need to keep thinking. So it's all quite complex, really, isn't it? It's not
Oh, yeah.
as with everything with humans, it's never straightforward. It's always quite complex.
Fortunately
But
not.
like I was having a bit of a giggle about what you were saying about you and your husband, because my husband and I are exactly the same. He has this really high need for certainty, in that he likes to have, like when we go away on holidays and that sort of thing, he likes to have a schedule of what we're doing, timings, all of that sort of thing. Need to know exactly what's going on as to, you know, every minute of the day. Whereas I'm kind of, you know, let's step out of the hotel and go right
Yeah,
and go and see what's
just
up
see
this
where we go.
way. And he starts to tick when I'm wanting to do that. But he has allowed himself to kind of, okay, I'm going to ride with this. It usually turns out okay.
Yeah, that's right. He has to
And if it doesn't, we have an
coach
adventure.
himself along the way. How I realized when my husband and I first started dating, I realized our opposites because he loves to go to the same restaurant. Once he has a restaurant he loves, that's it. He's like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's like hundreds of other restaurants. Of course, I would go to every other restaurant there was. And I thought, well, how can I make this work? Because obviously he loves this so much. And, you know, I love how Anthony Robbins always says, get up and think about how you can make your partner happy. So I was like, okay, this is something that means a lot to him. It doesn't really mean a lot to me if I don't go to a different restaurant. So he has his, say, 3 restaurants he loves to bits. And we would go there, and he has the same meal every time. And I have tried every single thing on the menu. I think I'm back on now the first things. So it's actually hilarious to even know. So this is how to make something work. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how you can eat the same thing all the time. And I've tried everything on the menu. I've tried every special. I'm like, yep. He goes, but what happened to that ones that they didn't quite get it right? I said, well, firstly, it's not the last meal of my life, hopefully. So I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. But of course, I love that high need for variety, you know, and I like to,
Yeah.
I cannot even do things at the same time. You know, I find even going things on the same time difficult, where my husband loves everything at the, now, is this the time? I'm like, yeah, okay. So it's actually so much fun looking into this. And being able to speak to your family, your loved ones, even your clients in a language that they love, you know, and you're doing it in a
Absolutely.
genuinely great space. So you're also enriching a relationship. So it
Yeah,
is super
absolutely.
funny. Is someone on with us on the call?
Oh, we've just had Janine Hunter's just
Ah,
joined us.
hi,
So hi, Janine. So tell us, Janine, do you have a high need for certainty? Do you need to know everything that's happening, and do you stick to schedules and routine? Or do you like a lot of variety? Do you like adventures and a lot of variety? Love to hear
certainty.
where it sits for you, Janine.
Yeah, so that was certainty and variety. So the
Yeah.
significance are the teachers. So you and I would have an element of, you know, high need for, because we teach a lot of, I would say nursing would be high in significance as well, wouldn't it? And love
Well,
and connection is definitely mine. I'm always looking
yeah.
for love and connection. I'd say that would be my strongest one, you know.
Yeah. I'm the same. I think I have a greater need for love and connection than I think I do for significance,
Oh
because
yeah,
I,
for
you know,
sure. For
take it or leave
sure.
it. You know, I
I
just,
think
I,
significance, but it's really nice to know how you meet. I don't know about how you felt, but over the years when I'm teaching the 6 core needs, I don't need the significance. I always love that one. But no, you're getting it a 10 anyway. And what people don't realize is that even the man that's holding up the grocery shop, that is all about significance. There's no certainty. Oh, I suppose it could be certainty as well, but it's mainly for significance in that moment. I'm certain what you will do, and my significance is that I'm powerful and that I have. So yeah, it would be a mixture of the two, wouldn't it? But I think exploring the 6 core needs is super fun, and I really love growth and connection too, because
Oh, yeah.
without growth you can't really have really great connection. And I really love it's almost like Mother Teresa said, if you're feeling really low, go out and help somebody and you'll feel better. Like
Yeah.
these 6 core needs, we've known in our heart for years, but Tony Robbins has just brought it all together. And I'm not sure
Yeah.
if Jim Rowan did that, because I know Anthony Robbins was a big follower of Jim Rowan, and he was one of his main teachers.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
Jim
There you
Rowan
go.
was one of Anthony Robbins's main teachers. So,
Right.
um, and of course, Jim Rowan had a great teacher too. Like this is all
Yeah.
stuff that we've had for years and years and years. It's not. It's not. Reinventing the wheel. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in another lovely flavour that you
Yeah.
bring it, and you bring it with your contribution, I suppose. Like
Yeah.
you'll add something to it that has really enriched your life, so that
Yeah.
you can enrich someone else's.
And I guess when you're kind of settled with where you sit with significance and love and connection, and where you sit with certainty and variety, it's not that you don't need one or the other. You actually
Yeah.
need all of them.
Yes.
And growth and contribution are kind of like the cherries on top, aren't they? So when you're getting all of those needs met, that's when you're really on top of the world, if you will. Um, so yeah, Janine's saying she loves routine, but every now and then she loves to surprise herself as well. And I think
Oh, that's so nice. That's a bit of
that's
variety.
great.
So a lot of people watch thrillers for variety.
Yeah.
People who love to watch thrillers, that's for variety. Ooh, I
Mm.
don't know what's going to happen next. So we meet them sometimes in really like easy ways. I've really always felt that the 6 core needs were about how to really return to fulfillment.
Yes. Yeah.
That was always my
Mm.
my understanding of it, that if you would like to be more fulfilled, look at what one you're not. Oh well, sorry, you are meeting it at a 10. We know that you must be meeting them all at a 10, but which one are you meeting at a 10 on the negative side, not the positive side? Because that's actually what's sending you down the rabbit hole. And if you want to return that to love and above, which is the fulfillment, you actually would need to then do your lists, look at how you're having it met, whether it's positive or negative. If I'm overeating, how can I eat a little less? Or if I'm not doing enough self-care,
Yeah. How can I meet this need by doing
how can
something
I meet this
else?
need positively, not negatively?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think that's what
I love how this all comes together, and with love and above and fulfillment and the energies that the vibrations, the energies, and I just love how no matter what language you're speaking, we're all speaking about the same thing. So
yes,
whether you're talking corporate
absolutely.
or you're talking woo woo or somewhere in between, we're all speaking the same thing. And yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So fulfillment and yeah, I think, yeah, I know there are a lot of, so we mentioned before a couple of negative ways that we can meet our needs.
Yep,
So maybe things that we know aren't good for us. So
yep.
we can bring up, overeating, lack of exercise, smoking. It could
Overdrinking.
be, yeah, so risk-taking behaviours, as it's called in the medical sphere, risk-taking behaviours.
Could that be
Yeah,
in high variety, the risk taking? Because I'm a little bit of a risk taker. So people that, okay, I'd love your opinion on this. So if you're jumping and bungee jumping, what is that considered in the
that's
nursing?
about variety. That is
Oh, that's
definitely
variety,
about
not risk
variety.
taking. So explain to me what risk taking is.
So risk-taking, in the medical context of things, risk-taking are things like gambling, things like
Oh, okay.
you know, promiscuity, that's sort of thing where you're getting your variety by not knowing, if you're gambling at the one-arm bandits, not knowing what's it going to bring, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So you're getting some variety in that way. And like you mentioned, watching thrillers or jumping off cliffs, or so
Yeah.
all of that
Oh,
risk-taking behavior, is about variety, is about
yeah.
stimulating the adrenals and getting that rush.
And what I loved there was, thanks for clarifying that, because really what you're saying is if you're getting variety through a poker machine, that is definitely negative if you're not doing it very wisely. But maybe jumping off a cliff and a bungee jumping could be a positive if it's something that you want to do. Like, I couldn't really see that as a negative one, except I'm sure people in the medical profession go, that is the worst thing you could do for your back. I can't believe you do it. So, mind you, in my 20s, I would have been a bungee jumper. But after I had,
Really?
oh, yeah, absolutely. I was a thrill seeker completely. I'm from Albury Wodonga, and we used to walk down, at 13, and we used to jump off the Murray Bridge sorry, we used to jump off the Lincoln Causeway Bridge into the Murray River. I look now and think, oh my God, that is so dangerous. And because logs go down there, you could have easily jumped on a log. Like, I cannot tell you how dangerous that is.
And as
But
kids, you don't think of that stuff, and you don't.
Well, you did look. You were sort of like, okay, yeah, I think the coast is clear, but
You
my
have no
husband and I,
idea.
like, we know that you don't see everything under the water. And at 14, I definitely wasn't worried about anything under the water. It was more like that huge thrill. I was always a real thrill seeker. And we even made big ropes that we could fly in. And so I would have definitely been a bungee jumper. But I didn't notice that after I had children, it was like it flipped a switch.
Ah,
Yeah, I wasn't
right.
so game after that. What about you? Would have you ever been a bungee jumper? That variety?
No, jumping
No.
out of aircraft and bungee jumping have never kind of been my thing.
Have you parachuted?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. But it was suggested to me that when I was in defence, that deploying all the time was my way of getting variety. And that's one of the things I
Oh,
used to say
wow.
about defence, was every day was different. You had your routine job, but every day was different. You were faced with different things, and that really filled my variety bucket. Absolutely filled it. And
And I suppose that's why some doctors would choose to be a GP, where they see the same people in the same office, and then you have people that would have to have ER. See, if I was anything in the medical, whether it be a nurse or doctor or whatever it would be, I'd have to be in the ER. I absolutely love the way those people work. I'm like, oh my God, that's so under the pump, not knowing. Oh,
and
I
think that's what I used to enjoy about it. And then I'd go to ICU, and I'd be going, oh, routine. You start at the top of the hour, and you work around.
That would not fulfill you.
And and even like, as long as the patient was stable, you do the same thing. If the patient wasn't stable, then it'd be a bit, I get to challenge myself type thing. which is totally, oh my God, I can't really I can't believe I just said that, but not so good for the patient.
In a positive way. I know you meant that in a positive way. I took that as in that they were coming back. Oh my God, I'm actually coming back. I didn't take that in a negative way. So I think it was that's kind of like, meant.
Yeah, the challenge of, okay, I can help to get them better.
Yeah, they're going to speak. They're going to, for the first time. Yeah.
Janine's just saying that she agrees, same as you, Angie. As soon as she had kids, it all changed for her. And she is a bit risque. She flashes a bra every now and then.
Come and join me. Now, look, I really loved how Katrina said we should start a support club. Now, Janine, you would need to be the leader in this, because this is, we would love to see you advertising your bras. I thought I'd do it for the team. I love that someone wrote in my feed, you are one crazy woman or something. And I said, no, I said, don't ask what your friends can do for you. Ask yourself what you can do for your friends. And I thought, oh, well, why not? I cannot believe the reaction it got, especially from my son. Like, he rang.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Angie recently got some bras from one of one of the ladies that we network with, and so as a bit of a thank you, she thought she'd do a video, and she showed the bra fit and was not topless, because it's like
No,
having
I wasn't.
it's like having a bikini on,
Well,
really.
it was actually more. It was more. Which I'm wearing it today again, Janine. I'll have to order another one. Uh, uh, um, I
Such a
sort of
good
took it as,
fit.
this is what I thought. I thought everyone's in lockdown. And I thought, and Janine did such a great job. You know, it was all, you know me, I like everything pretty quick. So Janine's like, do this, do. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. I love it. No nothing around. We had it all, had a quick chat, all fantastic. My bras came really quickly. I put it on. I was like, oh my God, this is so comfortable. And I thought, everyone should have a bra fitting with Janine. This is super fantastic.
Yes.
And there's another lady in Canberra called Aristia. Apparently, she does it as well, which is great. You know, like more the merrier. We all, whoever you need to go to is absolutely fantastic. You know me, there's enough for everybody.
Yes.
And it was so comfortable. I thought, oh, I'll do a little shout out. And so first I started to do this little, oh, hi, Janine, thank you. And I thought, well, this is taking like a month. Like this is, I thought, right, just do, hi, Janine, thanks. And I think it caused such a roar, especially with my son. He's like, oh my God, Mum, what have you done? And he's so cute. He goes, Mum, this is not like just for the family. Do you realize this is to the world? Like, I said, oh, it's okay, Carl, don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. So maybe
So,
let's have a think here. Do you think maybe that was my significance coming up meeting at a 10 or my variety? I would say that day I had no significance, and I thought I'm going to do a review for Janine. But I do reviews for people all the time. I'm always happy to do a review on their product. And yeah, that one caused quite a
and
stir. Yet I thought,
I guess
you can't
I
see my
guess
nipples. It's
your
not
son your
see-through.
son's pretty happy it wasn't a G-string.
That was really funny. And gorgeous Gina had bought Gina Kingston from the clothing company. She said, oh, I was going to do one as well, but I bought a lacy bra. And I wrote back and said, your family definitely will not be happy with a lacy bra. Do not. You need to get just a good old
The
plain mama
racy
bra.
lacy.
Yeah, lacy. I said, you just need the mama bra. That's all.
Awesome. So let's bring this back to topic now. And Janine's saying she's very grateful. Thank you very much, Angie. You're such a risk taker.
Risk taker. Yeah. Now I don't jump off the Lincoln Causeway into the Murray River. I'm modelling bras, which, you know, I don't know if that's such a good thing at this age. But
So
okay.
I guess our takeaway today was that we really wanted to encourage people to learn more about their core needs and where they sit
Yes.
with leaning towards one or another and that sort of thing. Because while we all need it, it helps to understand, and then it helps to understand to give that foundation under the behavior and how we're meeting that need, and are we doing it in a positive way or a negative way, and how can we substitute. But as always, if you ever need any help with this sort of stuff, any of Angie or any of the Bling Angels, we'd be more than willing to help you out. So it's just a matter of getting in touch with us, and we'd be more than happy to help you out. But I think we need to pull a card today, Ange, to finish off the session.
Yes, we decided that we would do the Diamonds Within card, and just the excitement about the Bling Angels. I think Jackie will have our Bling Angel page up on the Find Your Bling site within 2 weeks. So please go along, look at all the angels, look at what they specialize in, and the one that resonates with you, believe me, she will be able to help you jump through any hoop that you need to jump through at the moment. So yeah, thanks for remembering that. All right, so let's see what our messages with the 6 core needs are. And it's about how to flip and flop your habits, really, isn't it, Michelle?
It is.
And
Yeah.
flipping them on a different level, which is really super exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe you could run a course, do a little 3-week course on the 6 core needs. That'd be super
Yeah.
cool.
How exciting would that be? That'd
Very
be awesome.
exciting. And our first card today is, I love living with passion. So these are affirmations. I love living with passion as it makes me a magnet for wealth in every way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. I love living with passion as it makes me a magnet for wealth in every way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the funny thing is, there's one underneath it.
Oh,
Yeah, I pulled two. Do you want the other one as well?
yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. I'm allowing all the pieces of my life to come together perfectly, to know exactly what to do for my dreams to come true. Oh, they're lovely.
This, yeah, that one really hits for me, because we were having a conversation earlier about how I'm a bit impatient with things. I want everything to happen now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
So they're our two beautiful diamonds within cards, and we are selling the packs individually now. So if you did just
Yeah.
want a certain pack, you can, reach out and see one of the Bling Angels, whoever you're connected with. And if you're not connected yet, come get connected with one that you absolutely love, because we are
Yeah,
here.
awesome.
We are going to heal hearts all over the world. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I just wanted to let everyone know as well that if you are interested in watching these, we have been putting them up in YouTube. So if there's any that you've missed, or if you would like to watch again and have a bit of a giggle at us with us,
And
you're more
learn
than welcome
something. I
to.
hope that you learned something.
And feel better,
Yeah, just
get
feel
that little bit
great,
of inspiration, motivation. Yeah.
because
So
life
these
is
are
better
actually on
together.
YouTube under Find Your Bling. So if you do a search for Find Your Bling or Life's Better Together, you'll find us.
And can I
So
just say,
awesome.
Michelle,
Well,
I love, love, love these chats with you. I look forward to them every single week, because life is better together when you have a girlfriend that you can connect with. And to think we didn't even know each other when we started, and now we just
I
like know
know, right?
everything about each other, like typical girls. And it's just been amazing. Like, I've really loved the journey with you. As you know, I love every single angel. I'm just like learning about each other and coming together in this beautiful group. It's just been amazing.
It's
So
pretty awesome, isn't
I
it?
just want to say thank you. So, ladies, look into your
You're
six
welcome.
core needs this week. I encourage you to find out how you're meeting them positively and negatively. Give yourself a big tick for the ones you're meeting positively, and the ones that maybe aren't quite so good. You can actually look into how you can flip and flop them really easily. So, I think until next week, we don't know what we're doing next week. It will be a surprise for us too. And
I was just about to say that it'll be a surprise for us too. We've got
surprise.
so in this series we've got three episodes left. So if there's
Great.
anything anyone would like us to talk about,
Oh,
we're more than
yeah.
happy to take suggestions as well.
That'd be fantastic. Michelle, thanks. And I wish you the best day. And I'll see you at Midday Magic.
Midday Magic, here we come. Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.